What happens when the ghost of a perfect mother haunts not just your heart, but the woman trying to take her place? I was 16 when I sat in that stuffy therapist's office, arms crossed, staring at the beige carpet like it held the answers to why my life felt like a cracked mirror. My stepmom, Karen, sat across from me, her hands twisting the strap of her purse, her eyes darting between me and the therapist. She dragged me here, claiming I needed to process my grief. But I knew the truth. She was tired of living in Mom's shadow, a shadow I'd kept alive with every memory I clung to. Mom died when I was 10. Breast cancer. It wasn't quick or kind, it was a slow theft, stealing her laugh, her warmth, her everything. I'd sit by her bedside, holding her frail hand, memorizing the way her eyes crinkled when she smiled, even through the pain. She was my world, my compass, my safe place. When she was gone, the house felt like a museum. Every corner preserving her presence, her favorite scarf on the couch, her recipe book on the kitchen counter, the faint scent of her lavender perfume in the air. Dad tried to move on, marrying Karen 2 years later, but I couldn't. Karen was nice enough, with her bright smiles and homemade cookies, but she wasn't Mom. She'd never be Mom. Therapy was Karen's idea, her desperate attempt to bridge the gap between us. She'd been trying for years, planning family dinners, asking about school, even buying me clothes that screamed, "I'm trying too hard." But every gesture felt like an invasion, like she was trying to erase Mom's place in my heart. I'd push back, sometimes with silence, sometimes with sharp words. "You're not my mom." I'd snap when she'd ask me to clean my room or eat my vegetables. Her face would fall, but she'd nod and walk away. I didn't care until that day in therapy. The therapist, Dr. Ellis, was a soft-spoken woman with glasses that kept slipping down her nose. She asked me to talk about Mom, and I did, pouring out memories like they were sacred relics. Karen sat quietly, her face tight, her fingers gripping her purse like a lifeline. Then Dr. Ellis turned to her. "Karen, how does this make you feel?" she asked. That's when it happened. Karen's voice broke as she spoke, low and raw. "I'm tired," she said. "I'm tired of competing with a ghost. I'm not trying to replace her, but I can't keep living in a house where I'm the outsider." Her words hit me like a punch. I'd never thought about how it felt for her, always cooking in Mom's kitchen, sleeping in Mom's bed, raising Mom's daughter. I'd been so wrapped up in my grief, I hadn't seen her struggle. But then she kept going, her voice shaking. "I love your dad, and I want to love you, Emily, but you make it so hard. Every time I try, it's like I'm fighting a memory I can't beat." The room went silent. Dr. Ellis looked at me, waiting. I wanted to lash out, to tell her she didn't belong, but something stopped me. Maybe it was the crack in her voice, or the way her eyes glistened with unshed tears. For the first time, I saw her not as the intruder, but as a woman trying to find her place in a family that wasn't fully hers. My throat tightened, and before I knew it, I was speaking. "I don't hate you," I said, my voice barely a whisper. I miss her so much. And every time you're nice to me, it feels like I'm betraying her." The air shifted. Karen's eyes widened, and Dr. Ellis leaned forward, encouraging me to continue. So I did. I told Karen about the guilt that gnawed at me, how every laugh I shared with her felt like a theft from Mom's memory. How I'd lie awake at night, terrified that letting Karen in meant letting Mom go. As I spoke, I saw Karen's face soften, her hands loosening their grip on her purse. She reached out, hesitant, and touched my arm. "I don't want to take her place," she said. "I just want to be part of your life." That session didn't fix everything. Grief doesn't vanish in an hour, and neither does resentment. But it was a start. Over the next few months, we kept going to therapy, peeling back layers of pain and misunderstanding. I learned to see Karen's efforts not as an attack on Mom's memory, but as her way of building something new. She started sharing stories of her own, her fears, her dreams, her love for Dad. I started listening. One day, I found Mom's recipe book and asked Karen if we could make Mom's lasagna together. Her eyes lit up, and for the first time, I saw her smile without that shadow of doubt. As we chopped onions and layered pasta, I felt Mom's presence, not as a ghost to defend, but as a warmth that could coexist with Karen's. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Life doesn't tie up neatly like a storybook. Karen and I still clash sometimes, and I still miss Mom every day. But I've learned that love isn't a finite thing. You don't have to choose between the past and the present. Karen's not my mom, And she doesn't have to be. She's just Karen, and maybe, just maybe, that's enough.